In this video we're going to look at how you add or change the filters and columns visible on the jobs report. The jobs reports are accessed via the workflows menu. Each of your active workflow systems will have a reporting area that's labelled with the menu name of the system and then the word jobs. I'm going to have a look at the accounts jobs. To recap, this reporting area defaults to showing all active jobs within the system, but can be changed to also include completed jobs using the status filter. The two main areas where you can configure the filters that are visible are within the primary filters in relation to job positions and within the secondary filters in relation to custom job fields. First of all, to look at the job positions. Each workflow system can have up to 9 positions, and you can decide for each of those whether it should appear both as a filter and as a column in the jobs report. Currently I just have the preparer position appearing here. To change this, click on the config menu and then edit workflow systems. Drill into the appropriate system, and it is in fact the summary tab that we need to be on. Click on the pencil icon. At the bottom here you can see the 9 positions. Each of those can have a name, a label that you give to the position that's more relevant to your business, and it has a setting. Looking at the settings, you can have not active, optional or compulsory. Those 3 settings are then repeated, firstly with a setting to make them appear as a filter only, and then to make them appear as both a filter and a column in the spreadsheet. I'll make a few changes here so that we can see that filtering through to our jobs area. First of all, I'll change the label on Preparer to Preparer X so we can see that. I'm then going to, for the Preparer Assistant position, I'm going to set this as being active and as a filter. And then I'm going to label Preparer 3 as extra staff, and I'm going to set this as both a filter and a sheet. Let's go back to the jobs reporting area. We can now see the effect that has had. First of all, my label change to Preparer X is showing there. We can see that Preparer Assistant is showing as a filter but not as a column on the sheet, and we can see that my extra staff column is showing as both a filter and as a column on the sheet. On the sheet here the system has abbreviated to ensure you can fit as many columns as possible into this screen. Next, let's have a look at the custom job fields. Currently I have 3 fields showing as filters. That's the account submitted to Company's House, which is a date field, CT600 filed, which is a date field, and the corporation tax, which is a boolean, that's a yes/no field. Let's create a new one. I click on config and go into the edit workflow systems. Again, I'll drill into the account system. First I have to create the field, and that is on the workflow elements tab. It's the second rectangle down, it's called data fields. You can choose which data type you require. Most of these can be filters and columns on your jobs reporting area. The notable exception is string long. This is an unlimited length string, i.e. kind of text and number field, which cannot appear on the jobs reporting area. I'm going to add a short string, that's a 20-character field. I'm going to call it, let's say, system used. This will be a field that I use to record which system the client is using to maintain their accounts. I could choose an initial value. The system will offer me all of the client fields of the same data type, but in this case I don't require one. Visibility list is the key setting here. So we can have it just appearing as a column, i.e. on the sheet, but not as a filter. Vice versa, we can have it as a filter, but not on the sheet. We can have it on neither, or we can have it as both. I'll go for both. Visibility card refers to the visibility on the job card. I'm going to have it visible at all times. Order refers to the order in which these various custom job fields are presented on the job card. Once I've created that field, for it to appear on my job card and thus for it to appear on my jobs reporting area, I need to add it to one or more of my workflow routes. I'm going to add it to my on-site jobs workflow route. To do so, I come to the data fields and click on Add Data Field. I find the data field and I add. First of all, let's go to an actual job. Well, as we're here, let's look at that on the jobs reporting area. You can see that we now have system used as a filter and system used as a column on the sheet. That's because I selected both. If I go to a job card, we can add in some data. Let's say that this client is using Sage line 50. Tab away from that to save. If we now come back to our accounts jobs, first of all you can see that that information is visible there. Secondly, as an example of using the filter on a text field, I can start typing, and when I hit tab, the system will search based on that text I've put in there.